Hello everyone, cLiCkBaIt here. There's been a lot of buzz about this mobile version of Clone Hero that's come out, and a lot of people are, having to buy USB adapters to try it out, or use Bluetooth keyboards and stuff, and talk about a lot of input lag. But there's actually an app that I've known about for a little while now that can throw up your on-screen keyboard at any time. So I'm gonna test that out to see if we can get Clone Hero on Android with touch controls. So what you want is this hacker's keyboard here. It's actually nothing to do with hacking. It's just, head into the Play Store here. It's easy to find. Just type in hacker keyboard and it's the first thing that pops up. Here it is by Klaus Weidner. Anyway, get that installed. It's a pretty standard keyboard, nothing to really worry about. Pretty lightweight. You'll want to open that up, make sure you enable it. Make sure that that's on. The first time you turn it on, it'll actually make you restart your phone for it to be active. So I'm not going to do that right now. And then go to Set Input Method and make sure it's set to Hacker's Keyboard. Go into the settings here. If I were you, I would take the portrait keyboard height and make it about 50% to make the keys as big as possible, the way we're going to have to do this. Just so that you've got big buttons to press, and then that little notification drop down there, whenever you tap that, it just pops up the keyboard, no matter if you're in a text box or not. You have to hit back to get out of it. Go through the settings and make sure that your auto whatever, any auto capitalization, auto punctuation, auto correct, whatever is turned off, because God only knows what kind of inputs it's going to throw at your game if it's trying to correct your spelling while you're mashing random letters. And make sure that use permanent notification thing is on. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and fire up Clone Hero. Now, as you can see here, Clone Hero is going to force landscape mode and go into full screen. And when you pop up your hacker's keyboard here, the game isn't meant to work with an on-screen keyboard, so it doesn't rescale, and you're losing half of your screen there. That fucking sucks. So what we're going to do to get around that is you hold down your app drawer button there, and you'll go into split screen mode. Just pull up whatever as the bottom app. Doesn't matter. Tap back into Clone Hero, and it will rescale for being only on half of the screen, which is great. And then pop up your hacker's keyboard. If you put it at 50%, it'll take up the whole screen, and you'll never accidentally tab out of Clone Hero. Now, you hit the spacebar to get into the controls, and just like on the PC version, you've got the control screen here. It does respond to touch the way it would respond to a mouse, so you can set your controls, which is fantastic. That being the case, actually, it really should be very easy to implement touch controls if they just made it so that, you could, click the frets to, play notes or whatever. Maybe add a strum button so you can hit opens and strum or whatever, but, just off to the side of the highway or something, that would work really well, I think. And I don't know, I guess they'd still have to come up with some kind of overhaul for the menus to be able to navigate with touch controls, but overall, this is very responsive. It's reacting the instant I click, which is great. Okay, the hacker's keyboard doesn't have like a tab key. I noticed the enter key was not sending an enter key as Unity would recognize it, so that's off the table. So I just set colon for my spacebar, or not colon, a comma. Start button, not spacebar. Fuck me. Anyway, so now that I've got the controls set, I can actually, pop up my start menu, create a... Oh, shit. I was trying to use the spacebar for strum down, but it still wants to summon the controls screen when I do that, so that's not an option. Damn it, Sam, get out of my video. Okay, so once you got the controls set to anything other than the spacebar, apparently, okay, there, there's your start menu. The strum bars are working to navigate the menu, which is fantastic. Let's see here, create, okay, type in a profile name. Oh shit, okay, that actually works, cool. And the enter key worked there for some reason. Okay, whatever. But yeah, all the menus are the same as the desktop version, so you can set your note speed here, lefty flip. I went ahead and put in a custom highway. When you go into the, it's going to be on your root of your internal memory, android/data/com.srylan.clonehero. So you can scan your songs, and that works too. But all of your file tree from the desktop version is also here in the Android version. Like I said, under android/data/com.srylan.clonehero. And you've got your songs and your custom content and whatnot. So I set a custom highway there, to go in and set a wallpaper that I threw in there. But I mean, like I said, this seems to be a one-to-one of the desktop version. Like they just fucking threw the Unity project for version 21 that they had and just told it to build to Android. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick all tabs here, just see how well this works out. Oh god. Okay, so it can't hold down the keys, and holy shit, the input lag is so bad. On the video where I found the Android build here, there were comments talking about the input lag for, like, oh my god, for the Bluetooth keyboards and for the USB guitars. And like, I fully expect that's peripheral hardware, and like Bluetooth is laggy anyway. But this is an on-screen keyboard. This is the operating system itself dealing with the inputs, and it's still like fucking half a second behind. This is fucking terrible. Now, I will say it is recognizing every input. They're super late, but they're all there. I can't hold any frets, I guess because the on-screen keyboard wants to try to pop up, symbols and accents if I hold on the key. So it's just sending a one-frame input, and I'm just getting lucky hitting some of these notes because, because of the timing window and several of the same note playing behind each other. But yeah, this is, I'm I'm done here. So there you have it. Clone Hero is technically playable on Android without any extra hardware, but it fucking sucks. Now, the people that were talking about using the guitar and the keyboard and stuff like that said that that you can compensate for the input lag the same way you would on the PC going into the settings, so that's cool. If you really hate yourself and want to play on a phone, here you go. Here's how. But like I said before, the mouse response is actually spot on. So if they were to add more mouse controls before exporting it to Android, I think it would be a perfectly viable mobile app. And otherwise, despite their official statement, it's actually really stable and perfectly in sync. So there you are.